Oh, what this? Stick around to find out. Yo, what's up, nerds and nerdettes? It's your host, Jay Blitz, with Comics with a Vet. And today, got another great video for you. As I promised, I'm going to be dropping a video every day this month because it's my birthday month. And I've been missing out on the opportunity of providing y'all with great content every day besides auctions. So, as I'm trying to grow and expand the channel, I, too, need to grow and expand. So today, I'm going to bring to you shipping 101, how not to ship and how to ship if you're an online seller. You guys tired of getting your packages like this in the mail from some no good, bad, non-comic book packing eBay seller? They throw a comic book in a regular manila envelope with no protection other than the word fragile. Guys, we know that don't work. Sucks. One of the ways you can prevent that is when you go through checkout on eBay and you're purchasing items. The first thing you guys should always do when you purchase something on eBay is check the feedback of that eBay seller. If they have a low feedback or they have a negative feedback, and when I say negative, someone could have a feedback of like 99.8 or 98 or 97 or 98 or even 90. Check it out. Make sure you go out there and find out why they have that negative feedback. It could have been a simple mistake, like someone forgot to ship something and it took a little longer than normal, or it could have been poor shipping. It could have been something like this, where you get this manila envelope and you get your comic book, no bag and board, all tore up, folded in half, crumpled up. So, I mean, this is not how you want your comic books, all right? I know that's not how I wanted my comic book, and this seller was an asshole, even though it was me. This was for educational purposes. No serious comic books were harmed in the making of this video. All right. So, anyways, we don't want comic books like this. All right. There are so many several ways how to ship safely and to prevent getting books damaged. All right, I'm going to go ahead and log on to my eBay account real quick. eBay.com. I'm going to share this. We're going to go here. I'm going to show you guys, starting off, I'm going to show you guys what to not look for and what to look for. All right. Let's see. We're going to look up Star Wars High Republic 2. No, not this one. Sure, this works. No, not this one. We're going to look up an easier one. This is a variant. All right, so here we are. We got Star Wars High Republic 2, 1 second print right here. We're going to go ahead and click on this right here. And the first thing we're going to look at is something like this. This guy is from Wanted Comics. We all know who Wanted Comics is. But his seller information is right here. He has 100% positive feedback with 117,782 transactions on eBay. The more transactions with a high percentage, such as 100%, shows that they're either a good seller or a good buyer. You have to pay attention to that sometimes, because you can be like some people who do nothing but buy on eBay and have a transaction base like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to click on the number here, and it'll bring you to all of their information. Now, everything is positive. When you click on the positive, you're going to go on here. Last month, he's at 575 positive feedback. It's going to ask you what to type. You want positive, of course, and you want to go all received, or you go as received as a buyer or received as a seller. So you want to check all the received as seller. He has a ton as seller. He has a ton as buyer as well, but that just shows he does both on eBay. Everybody who sells on eBay pretty much buys on eBay as well. All right. Now we'll just go to mine right here real quick. I don't have as much because I haven't been selling for as long as he has on eBay. But here's all my received feedback. I have received feedback as a buyer, and as a seller. And I still have 100%. Now, a lot of people will think that's low, but it's a lot. And if you go look, most of my feedback is recently from selling within the past few months, and I have all good feedback. Not a single remark against selling or packaging it. So while you're doing that, you always want to make sure you check out the eBay seller before purchasing. That is one of the biggest steps of making sure you're not getting horrible books packed up like that one at the beginning. All right. Now, for all y'all who sell on eBay and don't know how to pack a book, this is for you guys. I hope you guys watch this. We're not trying to be rude, but we want our books the same way you would want yours. So make sure you check this out. If you guys know somebody or have ever had somebody send you a poorly packed book, send them the link to this afterwards. All right. What's up, Las Cruces? Let me go ahead and say what's up to the chat real quick. We got M3 Lines Information Booth. What's up, Martin? We got Rag718. Thank you for coming in. We got Las Cruces 1971. What's up, brother? Gorilla Grad and Ian. How are you all doing? All right. So I actually have a few boxes I need to pack. These aren't boxes that were sold online from eBay, but they were sold on our online auction with the key unit. So I still want to pack them safely and securely, just the same. All right. There's several ways you can do this. My favorite, depending on how many books it is, we're going to do these ones right here. There's just 3 books. 3 books. We have a Gemini. Standard Gemini. You can get it from Gemini Comic Supplies or Comic Book Supplies, something like that. One of those online. I'll make sure I throw the description in the link on where you can get these. So you have their standard Gemini. This fits about 10 books safely, depending on the thickness. So that's one of my favorites. And then my most recent favorite, the one I've been using a lot more lately, is their bigger box. This here is made for shipping more books. All right. Now, the only difference with this is it doesn't fit in my standard envelopes, which are right here. Let me pull these out. Oh, that's not it. Oh, they're right here. It does not fit in here. All right, I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, I'll just fold this up real quick. So it fits in here this way. And this is the one I use a lot. It fits in here this way, but because it's so tall, it doesn't fit very well to where I can close it and seal it well. So I have to modify this one a little bit. All right. I'll show that as well, BB. I mean, it's really simple. It's the same thing, honestly, but I'll show that as well. So I have to modify this. Now, the way I modify this, I will do on another book. All right. Actually, I'm going to do it now because I have to do it for these. So I'm going to take my scissors, and I've gotten pretty used to it. I know where to cut, basically. You guys will have to do it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your comic book, and you're going to want to put it to one side of the fold, the very first fold, like this, and make it lined up, and then line it up on this side and go down. All right. Wherever this line is where you're going to want to cut. Let me show you how I do that real quick. So put it here. We're going to take a marker. Take your marker down. Don't go on the bag and board. We don't want to mess it all up. And just slide it down. All right. Once you do that, you're good. I have my mark, right? I'm going to cut. Not exactly on my mark because I know there's a little room, and I really don't need this part as much to be protective as I need these. So I'm going to go slightly past the mark, about 1/8 of an inch. We're going to cut down. Only cut till you get to that, and then cut it off. All right, that's all you need to cut. Now, like I said, I know pretty much where to cut already because I've been doing this long enough. I kind of just eyeball it and know. All right. Now that I have that mark in, I have these 3 books. This is going to be the same way to ship one book, BB, okay? First off, I have 2 books here. All right, these were purchased first. And what you want to do with your books is you want to keep them together as much as possible so it prevents any kind of friction, sliding around, causing more damage. All right? So what I'm going to do, now I have this 3rd one. I'm going to put it like this. But if I was just shipping one book, what I would then do is I would grab something like a piece of cardboard or some other backing board. All right, let me see if I got some backing board right here. Yes, I do. All right, so I got some backing board right here. What you can do is these are already bagged. You wouldn't have to bag them, but these came off of something else. They're old. Take a couple backing boards and then tape them together, like I did these ones. I'll do that one for this, just so you guys can see. I got my tape somewhere. Apparently, I didn't get that tape ready because, oh, yeah, I did. Right here. All right. And remember, guys, if you're doing this, always put a pull tab. No one wants to sit there and try to yank off tape and risk ruining their books because you were too lazy to put a pull tab. All right, I put a pull tab on almost everything I can. What's up, Louie? So I got my 2 pull tabs. Now I got some backing boards on there. It's a little bit more secure. All right, I'm take my 2 right here. I'm gonna put them in here. Again, you don't have to use this if you're not using the smaller priority flat rate envelope. You don't have to use this if you just use it, sending it this way. I mean, I prefer this. This is going to be just as good. This is 2 to 3 day tracking, and it fits really well in here when everything's said and done. All right, so I got about 4 books in here if you count the backing boards. It's 3 books, but so I should be able to fit all these within this first perforated cutout line right here, right? So I'm going to fold this side on that first line, all right? I'm also going to fold my sides on that first line. All right? Once I have my sides folded on that first line, I'm going to put my books in. I'm going to put the sides in first, and then I'm going to put the bottom flap down, all right? This way I can go ahead and do everything properly. Oh, man, of course my tape fell off the roller. All right, I have another one. I have plenty of rollers. All right, now that I have this like this, I'm going to grab one side and tape it across. Now it's holding it. I don't need to hold it anymore. But you better tape the side. I can also tape down the other side. All right. So now that we got the sides taped down, you guys are probably wondering, well, now this is going to fold over, and there's no perforated line here. That's all right. On the back, they have these lines. I don't know if you guys can see them. These lines. And you just got to go basically off of those lines. And the box will fold pretty easily over. See? I went by this line right here. I went by this line right here, and it's folded over, right? And then do it again. For that. So now you got yourself a smaller Gemini. Big Will said, I don't use any tape. Well, I don't know what you use. I mean, you don't have to. Not everybody uses tape for their Gemini. I do. I don't use a whole lot because I don't want to put anybody have to cut anywhere where there's not where they would damage their books. So that's why I only put it here on the sides, because then you can easily just go like this. My X-Acto knife, you can easily just go cut, cut. Now they're protected because there was nothing there but cardboard when you cut it. And the same here, you cut here, and everything would be okay. Now I'm going to fit this, what used to be a big Gemini, into this one. Little, well, I'm going to change this afterwards. But for example reasons, I'm going to show you. Now it's see how it sits in there nice and neat. Fold it all in, everything's there. And once I'm done doing this, got to mark who it's for. Sands. Mark who it's for. I set it to the side until I'm finished with all my packing, and then I'll do all the labeling. What's up, Tacoma? Kenneth Bird. Big Will, thank y'all for coming in. Oh, okay. So you're saying you don't use any to yeah, I mean, you don't have to. That is personal preference. Everybody ships differently. I'm just showing y'all my way of shipping and how I find it to get there the safest possible. Now, don't get me wrong. I have shipped books out. They have arrived damaged. But it has almost always been due to, poor treatment and poor handling of the providing shipping company like USPS or UPS or something like that. All right. Now I do have a slab and a big medium-sized box. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the medium-sized box first. If I can remember where I put that box at. I have that box. Man, what the hell did I do with my box? Oh, I put it right here. All right, and I'm gonna show you a trick that I picked up on these medium boxes. These were where I was getting most of my trouble when shipping. Boxes would come damaged. These, I don't know what it is about these medium-sized boxes, but I feel like the shipping companies or USPS loves to treat these like footballs, kick them around. So I had to find a better way to ship these. And so I tried something new, and I haven't had an issue. Just 3 pieces of tape on the bottom. Another thing is these boxes have a weak point right here. I just like to put 1 or 2 pieces of tape on this corner when I'm shipping, just to be safe. Because I've noticed receiving and shipping that spot will split, because again, they treat these like footballs. All right. So for this pile, this is going to Jeff Silversmith. He's got all this. All right. This is one big lot that he won for me last night. I put them into separate, smaller lots because you don't want to tape a bunch of big lots together, because then when you do that, the pressure of the tape for some reason will pull it in, and it will cause the books to like crease in or something like that. So it's hard to explain without showing you. So I break it off into smaller portions and stuff like that. Now, another good way, if you don't tape, but you want to keep all your books together and less room for them to slide around, is these bags. I'm going to put these in bags, but they're also taped. So I have my own poly bags. You don't have to get your own poly bags like this. They have them that you can buy them without a logo and stuff like this. I just happened to buy it because 1, they were on sale when I got them, and 2, I'm starting to cup and everything, and it looks good. All right. So those are going to go poly bags. Another thing I'm going to do is at the bottom, I'm going to add an extra layer of cardboard. So this is just a little bit too long. It's about give or take right there. Add an extra layer of cardboard at the bottom. and a little layer of bubble wrap. All right, you don't have to do both. The cardboard has actually been tested to do okay. I just do both because, again, I have shipped a few times and received a few times boxes that were damaged. These media boxes that were damaged. All right. I'm then gonna put my bags in there. Yeah, again, not everybody has to use the blue tape. I just find it to be a little bit better for the shifting around inside the package. If it moves, instead of one book sliding and possibly bending over while the other books get stuck or something, you could risk that chance of getting messed up. But if it's taped together and it slides, if there's any kind of room for sliding, you really shouldn't leave any room for sliding. But if there is, if they're taped together, they move together, which means less chance for them to get damaged separately or to get damaged at all. Because now, it's common sense. If you take a larger object and smash it into a smaller one, that larger object's not getting as much damage. But you take that smaller one and smash it, it does. All right, so we got number 3 in there. Number 2 and number 3. Now for these boxes, I always tell people that I could get about almost 45 to 50 books a year, which I can. That's another good thing about the tape and everything. When you do the tape, if you notice, I don't have any comic books facing out. You never want any of your comic books facing out. But also when you do the tape, if you go back to back, like back, front, back, front, back, front, and you make sure you have these out, it makes this pile a little bit smaller, and you can fit a little bit more, and it's a little more secure. And again, now you're causing less friction, less possible damage or spine roll. I know spine roll usually happens over time, so you don't have to worry about that on shipping. But always be safe, smart-minded, okay? You want your book safe. I want my book safe. Do everything you can to make sure they get there safe. All right, so the third one's in there. All right, now there's another step I go through. All right, of course, I'm going to add another one of these on top, but there's another step I go through before that, even that. And that step is packing the sides. I take my old boxes that I get in the mail, not all of them, majority of them, and I cut them up into smaller pieces. All right. One, this is a good way to recycle, less trash, and it is really, really good for when you're packing these boxes, and I'm going to show you why. So, like I said, these boxes get damaged really easy. It always feels like they're getting kicked around. So what I do is I take these, and put this on the side. Let me try to get you all a better angle here. So take this, put it on the side. You got all this. Look at all this space. That is sliding room. Oops. That wasn't supposed to happen. But all this space is sliding room, okay? Let me get I usually put something underneath here, but there you go. All that space is sliding room. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack it. This is a little too long. I'm going to pack the side. See how that's packed in there? I know this is going to be a little too long, so I'm going to cut this off. And we're going to put one more. This doesn't have to be, not all of them have to be the full length. You just try to pack it enough so there's cardboard in between. And then you're going to flip it over, because even though you just packed it and it looked full, there's still a gap there. All right, and you want both sides to be protected. This gives it a little bit more capability. Like if it gets crushed, it gives less pressure going onto the books because there's more cardboard protecting it. If you guys are using any of your old stuff, make sure you take off anybody's shipping info. You don't want that on there. That's not right. Now, on this side, so you don't want them to go from corner to corner. You want to leave a little room because you guys already know it. I'm going to be packing the front and back as well. All right, so let's get a couple more pieces in here. Make sure it's nice and secure and snug. These are just the extra push out there. So now we're good. Now I need to do the top and bottom. These don't require as much pieces because the top and bottom is usually pretty good. There's not as much room. So usually I only put about 2 pieces on the top and 2 pieces on the bottom. So yeah, we got this piece here. All right, so we got the 2 there. Come down. There's not very much room. That's okay. Let's this one piece could probably fit there. Cut it in half. Again, y'all already know Midtown, but this has Midtown Comics info. So again, going to try to just rip it off. Not that it matters. Everybody here knows Midtown, and I'm sure Jeff Silversmith knows Midtown. But just out of politeness, that piece went in nicely, so I'm going to move this back. There we go. Now we're nice and secure here. There's not very much room for any kind of movement. All right. I'm not a fan of peanuts, and the peanuts are too big to fit down the side. So, that's an if for me. I'm not a big fan of the peanuts. All right, now we got that all packed up. The top is going to fit a little differently, but we're going to add our bubble wrap first. Let me get some bubble wrap in here because there's still a decent gap here from the top because this wasn't 50 books. I could have fit more books in here, but we weren't going to do all that today. So you're just going to fill it with some bubble wrap. Once we got it filled with bubble wrap, I'm going to get our next piece for the top. Put it right on top. And then we close it up. And that's how you know you have a good fit right there. I mean, everything is tight. Get your tape on. 3 pieces of tape. And then, for good measure, 1 and 1. That'll keep holding it together. That is a well-packed, medium-sized mailbox. And again, we write the name on it. Sorry, Jeff, I wasn't able to get this out for you today, but I knew I was going to use it as an example box, and I knew you wouldn't mind that. So if you're watching, it'll go out tomorrow, my friend. All right, now the coup de grace, the one a lot of people have issues with. I know people get cracked slabs all the time, and I mean it happens. It really does. When you have something hard like this and you're sending it through such a turmoil type of a process where it's being banged and tossed around and thrown around and kicked around, you have that chance of doing this, of damage. But I like to make sure it's packed nice and secure. So first off, I don't need to do this. I'm just going to do this for him. This has nothing to do with keeping it safe. I'm going to go ahead and put his slab into one of my bags. Again, they just look good. It fits in there perfectly. That's why I got this size. I had to get this all packed up anyways. I mean, yeah, you can use Sunday newspaper. You can use whatever you need. For filling the sides like I did with the cardboard, I feel like that's the safest because, again, I'm not doing that to so, look, I'm taping this over so it fits nicer, but I still added a pull tab. No matter what, pull tabs. At the end of the day, it's all about the safety rags. And I feel the cardboard is just another layer of thickness that gives you protection. So if that outer box gets damaged, it has to go through more layers of cardboard before the outer layer, before your books can get damaged. So I feel like this is the safest way. You put 2-3 layers all around it, and your books are well protected. You got that extra layer at the bottom, the extra layer at the top. You got the bubble wrap at the bottom and top as well. So you're pretty good. You could put paper instead of bubble wrap, I guess, if you want to do that, because you can actually fold the paper up nicely. I mean, really, that is seller's preference on that part. All right, guys, before I go any further, I am going to do a birthday shot. It's not my birthday today. My birthday is coming up on the 13th, but I'm going to be doing one of these every episode. And the birthday shot I'm going to be doing is, we all know us over here at the Key Unit have been picking up this Sheepdog peanut butter whiskey, thanks to Adrian and stuff. So I was able to get some of this first time having it. I'm going to go ahead and pour a little. I have a little bit of ice here that's been melting, actually, just for this. I'm going to put a little bit of whiskey, peanut butter whiskey. I don't know what this tastes like. Boom. So we got my peanut butter whiskey, and I'm going to be making a shot out of this. I'm not taking a shot of just peanut butter whiskey. We're going to be making a Reese's peanut butter cup shot, I'm guessing, is what I'm going to call it, because we got a peanut butter whiskey, and I also got some Godiva chocolate liqueur. I don't know what this tastes like either. I'm going in on this one. I'm not going to add as much as this, but I needed a little ice. I feel like I like my Reese's chilled, so I figured I would want my Reese's cup shot chilled. Okay. That is not what I thought it would look like. Not bad at all. That looks good. I do have my straw right here. Let me bring out the straw. Give it a little bit of a mix here. Get all the cranberry juice out of it first. That actually. Ooh. Okay. I don't know if it tastes like a Reese's shot, but it tastes good. All right. Thank you all to everybody. Boom. Oh, you want? Hold on. Whew. Not bad. Not bad at all. Still need a chaser though. It's a little sweet. All right. Now let's get back to the show. All right. So I got my slab in the bag. Y'all know what these are. These are the priority mailer bubble mailers. Guys, if you don't have these or something like these, it don't have to be the ones from UPS or USPS. They have these. You can buy bubble mailers wherever. If you don't have some of these, you ship books, especially slabs, you are slacking. All right. One, this is one of the key things for me shipping slabs. When I ship slabs, I use these all the time. All right, now it doesn't fit in there all the way, so you're not gonna want to take this tape off. You don't want it to be all sticky to it. So blue tape, guys, is where this comes in. I like to fold it over. Boom. Pull tab. Not necessary, but needed. All right. Always pull tabs. You're gonna do that. So now I have that side. I'm gonna use a second one, and I'm gonna put the flap side in and down. Flap side in and down. And you're gonna slide it right on into that bad boy. And again, even though it's just gonna be on there, you don't want to take the tape off again. Boom. That is the beginning process. It's not all that's going to go into this. I know a lot of people, they use pool noodles and they put it on the side, which is cool. It works. I've seen people use it. I feel like there's a lot of space in between the box. You're filling up with random stuff. And I feel like you're limiting yourself if you need to add anything else into that box by putting one slab in a pool noodle. But they do work. And you can use them. Again, the way you ship a book is always seller's preference. I'm just showing you my way of shipping and how it works for me. All right, so now that I have that, I'm gonna find myself some good bubble wrap here. I got a lot of bubble wrap. So I got a good piece right here. I'm gonna use this first. I'm gonna go around. I would not normally use just this, but I don't have a long roll of regular bubble wrap. Actually, I do. Time out real quick. Give me a few seconds. I'm going to go grab my new box of bubble wrap, which I should have grabbed already, to be honest. I'll be right back. Yep. Sorry about that. Should have grabbed it sooner, honestly. I just it's kind of lazy, not gonna lie. I don't buy rolls of bubble wrap very often because, well, I use a lot of the bubble wrap that everybody sends each other, and I don't have to. But every now and then, I do buy a roll, and I just did recently. So I'm gonna pull off about not much in the first go around. I like to go on the first one along the outside, the width of the body, or whatever you want to say, a couple times. Using blue tape, and again, I'm going to put a pull tab on this. I can't tell you how many times I get slabs wrapped with blue tape, no pull tabs, or Scotch tape, no pull tabs, and man, is that the most annoying. Sitting there trying, you're excited to get your slab, and it takes you 10-15 minutes to get into the bubble wrap alone because they used packing tape on it, or they used crappy tape on it. It sucks ass. Yeah, I know. Well, here that dinner is ready. Now, I don't go through this way as many times as I will the outside, or the length of it, because, well, you'll see when I pack it into the box. The boxes we use, they barely fit in there standing up if you wrap it too many times this way, because you're also going to add padding to the bottom and the top anyways. So tabs, and then I'm going to get one more pass. So this is basically the only reason I buy this bubble wrap. I've got it at a different place, so it was a little bit more expensive. But you can get it at Walmart. They have different sizes. Again, you really don't need a large amount if you're getting stuff sent to you on a daily basis like I do. You're going to get a ton anyways. But then I keep all my bubble wrap, man. Well, I try to, at least. If it's all crappy, messed up because of tape and stuff, then I don't keep it. But I try to keep my bubble wrap. It can cost up to like $20 for a box like that. I think that was $20, $19.99 or something like that. And it's 125 square feet. It'll last me a while. All right. Boom. All right. Now I've got it wrapped nice and thick. Got some on top. I got it on the sides. It's in 2 bubble mailers. It's ready to go. Let's grab the box here. I got my box already. Medium-sized mailbox. We're going to put. You don't want a huge piece of bubble at the bottom. Don't want that at all. Okay, so this right here, about 2 squares of bubble wrap, should be enough. You're going to fold it over again, and put it at the bottom. Put it at the bottom, and you go in. Look how that's fitting in there. Nice and snug. No room for anything, but there's still room on the side. So you're going to take little pieces of bubble wrap, shove them down the sides. Now it's snug. All right. Now we're going to take our final piece, again, another 2 squares. Fold it a few times. Yeah, the orange bubble wrap is good. I mean, it's all the same. There's really no difference in that other than color rags. Get your extra top layer. You don't have to, but, you know, I do it anyways. And then... Alright, now these stick, you don't have to do this. Yeah, you missed the part about the extra duct tape, man. But I still use tape anyways. I use a few pieces of tape. Or some people may say I use duct tape. I mean, so I got a few pieces of tape down there, and I'm going to put a few pieces of tape up here. It has its own stickiness, but I still use tape, like, no matter what. So there you go. Right, who it belongs to. And then you do the shake test. See? Nothing. All right. Now that we got all that done, showed you how to send a slab, showed you how to send a small package, a couple books. Now we're going to get to the last part, probably the part some of y'all have been waiting for more, and that is the making of a Gemini. How to make a Gemini if you don't have your own, or if you haven't purchased any, or you ran out, but you need to send something out with quickness. All right. If you have a couple of boxes, it doesn't have to be this size, honestly. This is just my example. If you have a couple of boxes this size or big enough to make a Gemini, which you will understand how big it needs to be once you see this, then you're good. That box, I cut out a whole sheet. I'm not going to need all of this. I'm not going to need really most of this. But I'm ready. Get this out of the way. We're going to move some stuff, and we're going to be moving the camera over to get you guys a better view. For making the Gemini. Only tool you're going to really need is this, these, and that's it, and a pen to mark. All right, let's bring you guys over here. Hopefully I can get this to work. All right. Might have to go a little higher, actually. Let's see if I can get you guys any higher. All right. That should be good. To make the Gemini, you're going to need a comic book or just a board or something like that. For measuring, the way I start is I start off on this side right here. You got a fold right here. That's going to be your initial fold for the Gemini. All right. Now you're going to want to do is basically measure here. And the way I do it is I try to move up about a ½ inch. So you see, hold on. Yeah. About a ½ inch. You see all this room right here? Because you don't want it to be your books right on the edge. You want to have a little room. So move up about a ½ inch. And then you're going to take your marker and you're going to come across here. All right. And you're going to want a little bit of an overhang. So you're going to move up about a ½ inch and come here. So that's going to be your initial cut and your basic layout. Now you can use this right here. If you got a good blade, it'll cut right through. You don't need no scissors. And then you come over here. And you can cut out right here. That is right. It is my homemade pillow. Bubble wrap is the best pillow out there. Learned that in the military, right? Right, weapon? All right. That is just one of your flaps. So now you're going to basically have this here. You're going to come across. And then you're going to kind of fold it again. You don't need your comic book in here. You wouldn't have it. This is just a board. But you're going to have your line here. Another way, actually, this is not the right way. This is not the way I did it the first time. You're going to fold this way. And you're going to bring your knife again. But you're not going to do a sharp cut. You're going to do a light cut here. And then you're going to do a sharp cut here. because you don't want any of this. But this light cut's going to allow the board to bend a little bit more easier. Oops. This way. So you can bend like that. You got 1, 2, and then you got your third right here. You're going to cut. Cut. Now, this isn't made for big stacks of comics. This is just a quick one. You need to send 1 or 2. But you basically have your cutout. So now if I want to send 3 or 4, you got your space here. You got your tape. Put a piece of tape there. These would be all taped together, really, but I'm going to make this piece long enough. So you have your pieces of tape to hold the books down. You have this one that goes over, and this one that comes over. You don't need all this extra hang. But if you leave this extra and you need to make it thicker, so you leave that extra and you could do this. Get a light cut here. Say you need to make it a little thicker. You could do a little light cut. Of course, without the books in there so you don't damage them. And fold it again. And then you can make your Gemini thicker. You know, so you can fit more in there. You could do the same here because you don't need this full flap. You don't need the full flap. Here, let me bring this back over here so it's easier to understand. When you're doing this, you don't need the full flap. You make the full flap, the inner one, just so you can make room. If you need to make more room, you can make it square like that, and you can do the same up here. So let's do this. So now, if I needed to fit more books in here, I could. Just by simply cutting it lightly. Now, once you cut it lightly, like that, and you have everything ready to go, I suggest taking a piece of tape. And reinforcing that fold. All right, so it doesn't rip or get damaged. But you still have a pretty strong balance here. Let's see if I can. Here's a stack that I need to send out. Now it fits in there nice and easily. Pork chops, that's what's for dinner. Put your tape there, nice and strong. Not much movement. You have a little bit of overlap so that the box gets crushed in before your books on each side. And another suggestion is putting some tape. This is the only time I wouldn't add pull tabs so it doesn't get stuck on anything. But even though I would have taped the books down inside, add a little extra tape just in case that tape rips and you have more protection. If it does slide, it doesn't slide out. But yeah, that's a homemade Gemini. I made like 10 of these the other day to send some books out, and everybody got them nice and safe. They liked the fact that it was made. When you get the cardboard, you want to get like a corrugated cardboard, a thicker cardboard to use. But yeah. Now I got Geminis. This is if you don't have Geminis. But that is how you make a homemade Gemini. That was all. If you guys weren't paying attention or you missed it, go back, rewind, and watch the video on how to pack some stuff up, how not to pack stuff up, what you can do if you're buying stuff on eBay to make sure you have a better chance of getting your books safely and well packed. And that's basically it. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow is Uline shot. I'm a Gemini fan, Rags. Uline, they're a little bit more expensive, and the boxes, they're good. I like the Gemini better, though. No offense. I mean, that's you. Uline didn't make their boxes for comics. Gemini did. Just remember that. But anyways, no, tomorrow is a key unit auction. Sunday night will be bingo. So make sure you guys are here tomorrow. We'll have an awesome time. And don't forget, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by, oh yeah, label printer is important. The best part of the whole setup. You need to have a label printer. It's way better than a regular printer. You save money, and yeah, it's important. But anyways, make sure you guys come out tomorrow. Check us out for the key unit auction. Make sure you guys are subscribing, and sharing. Please share. Let your friends know on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you can, Twitter. Tell them to come check out this video if they want to learn how to ship stuff properly or to create their own Geminis at home. I know that was not the best tutorial. I hope you get the concept. But you guys, I mean, the basic thing is you got to have some folds. When you do your folds, you got to cut it on the outside of your fold. You can't cut it on the inside, or it's going to fold the opposite way. And when you cut when you make the cut, make sure you support it, because what you're doing is cutting that one layer, and you're leaving only one layer of the box right there to hold that fold. So a piece of tape like that on the spine of the cut will help out and keep it from completely ripping up. But anyways, really appreciate it. Catch y'all tomorrow. And remember, guys, we're doing a big bash for my birthday next Saturday night. Not this Saturday. The following Saturday, we're going to be doing an auction still, but we're also going to be doing my birthday. And we're going to have a good time. Make sure you got your drinks ready, because you know we're going to be drinking. Got some peanut butter, some chocolate liquor, and we're going to have a good one. I really appreciate everybody who hung out the entire time. And if you enjoyed the show, let me know what you enjoyed. If you want to see other tutorials, or if there's something you want to see on the next video, comment in the comments below after I end. And let me know what you all want to see. Thank you, Weapon X, for coming in and bashing on the duct tape. I forgot to bring out my duct tape, man. You gotta have to remind me next time ahead of time, all right? But other than that, I appreciate it. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Like, share, and comment.